The Trump defense team's motion should be in within 45 days of the arraignment. I do anticipate their strongest argument for dismissal is going to be the statute of limitations. There are fixed time periods within which prosecutions must be brought by law. 5
Guys,
years.
we got to jump in here. I believe Donald Trump is exiting the building. We just want to take a pause here for this moment. He just walked out of Trump Tower. We know that his motorcade has been on standby for several minutes, and he apparently has just exited there to head out with his security to go to the courthouse.
So it's going to be somewhat of a short trip for Donald Trump, time-wise, considering they're going to clear the roads, and it's going to be a motorcade like we saw yesterday when Donald Trump left Mar-a-Lago to head to the airport, and then from LaGuardia Airport to Manhattan, and now from Midtown Manhattan down to downtown Manhattan. And we're being told Donald Trump just came out of the doors, which is in the box on the lower left-hand side of your screen, and then got into his vehicle right above that, which looks blue tinted, which is just because of the angle at which it's coming in. You can see the line of cars, and that's the procession, that's the motorcade that we're waiting to see eventually make its way. You see the first kind of cop car, and then you can see it start to moving now. If we can zoom in on that picture right there, that seems to be the best indication of things getting going. Not that one, the actual aerial shot.
But you actually see some scuttling of reporters.
There we go.
So
there we can see from this angle here that the motorcade is now on the move.
And obviously the throngs of media from around the globe have descended on all these locations. And John, as you noted, yes, the streets have been cleared off. So this will be a relatively short trip for the president, expected to actually be at the courthouse within 20 minutes, where again, we would probably just get a brief glimpse of him. But look at the crowds. Fifth Avenue. This is a pretty well-known block, as many tourists have gone, and locals know you can't miss Trump Tower. And they are about, 20 deep there as they go back into the block, and police have barricaded it, but people want to be there and kind of be part of history. Even if they don't get to see him, I think just to say, yes, I was there on Fifth Avenue when Donald J. Trump was being arraigned this day in New York. But on the other side, a lot of calm, a lot of, quiet there as police have cleared the roads to allow this former president to be safely escorted down to his arraignment.
Some of these landmarks might look familiar for those of you who know New York City, who have been in New York City. I was joking around, from this angle, you kind of feel like Spider-Man a little bit, looking down on this. And we're all trying to kind of peek through the buildings and see what's happening. Looks like they have not completely closed off traffic. You can see some of the traffic heading northbound there. And I'm not sure, I can't remember off the top of my head if Fifth Avenue is one way,
yes,
right? It's northbound, I think, or goes south.
Goes south.
So that's not Fifth Avenue, because there's two directions of traffic on that road, it appears. But then you see the New York City police car leading the motorcade, and we assume Donald Trump is in one of those Suburbans on his way down to the courthouse.
As are his advisors. We saw Jason Miller, who had been with him in Trump Tower, exit moments before. There's also a new attorney, John, that has been hired on the case. Todd Blanche, we've talked a little bit about him. He had to actually resign from his position at a New York law firm, but he's been joined to the team along with Joe Tacopina and others. And, a lot of this, too, has been talked about, this potential gag order that we still don't know what could be happening there with that. So, he's a big white-collar guy. He's also represented Paul Manafort, so no doubt his attorneys are in this motorcade as well. As we're looking live here, this is Donald J. Trump heading to his arraignment in New York City right now, flanked by Secret Service. And what awaits him, we know, will be crowds of people who have gathered at the courthouse in Lower Manhattan, both pro-Trump and anti-Trump supporters. We know NYPD has been doing a fantastic job to, keep the peace and really secure the area and the perimeter around some of the areas of the courthouse. And no business in the courthouse at all today except for this.
Yes, there are still some questions. There's been conflicting reports about whether Donald Trump's mugshot will be taken, whether or not he will be fingerprinted. By all accounts, though, we do feel pretty confident that he will not be handcuffed in any way, as the Secret Service has tried to maintain the integrity of the presidency and the way a president should be treated for both historical reasons and security reasons. But here we are watching the motorcade make its way down through Manhattan.